undemonstrative, reserved, but not at a hockey game. Isolated, distinct one from another, but not at a hockey game. Hockey is part of life in this country. A common passion. Hockey makes Canada feel more Canadian. So much sets Canadians apart. Distance, topography, climate, language. What links us seems so hopelessly overmatched. Power lines, rivers and railways cannot create bonds. What links us are feelings. Things we have in common. Things we care about. Things which make sense for us out of who and what we are. Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, population 177,000, in the heart of the prairie. The Saskatoon Blades of the Western Junior A-League. Kevin Kaminski, 19, has worked and played nearly all his life to get here, one step from the NHL. Outside, it's 30 below. But Saskatoon people are congregating here for the same reason people in Saskatchewan have always come to arenas, to watch hockey and be together. Just 4 months from now, Kevin Kaminski and the Blades will play for the Canadian Junior A Championship. Saskatoon will host the Memorial Cup. Kevin thinks about this year, dreams about next. But the NHL won't come easy. Drafted at 18 by the Minnesota North Stars, he is small, a little slow on his skates. His spirit has taken him this far. He must fight every inch of the way. It's a tough, hard life. Few stay with it, fewer survive it. Churchbridge, Saskatchewan, population 1,100. The Anglican Church Colonization Land Society settled here a century ago. Icelanders, Germans, and Ukrainians followed. Nearby potash mines now form the core of the Churchbridge economy. Son of poor immigrant farmers from the Ukraine, Julian Kaminski has worked here as a laborer for more than 20 years. You used to jump over?
Yeah, I can remember when I was younger, that tree there that used to be small and used to only be up to about the waist. And used to, oh yeah, it was.
In Churchbridge, hockey is an instinct, a need, an expectation passed from generation to generation. On skates before he was 2 years old, his father, the coach, Kevin Kaminski, lived a prairie boy's childhood.
And this is where we started playing our road hockey right here. We had the Sutwoods in that house. We had 5 of them. You know, Ray, Barry, Randy, Glenn, and we had the Spendiaks over in this house here, Troy and Todd, and me and my brother Sheldon just lived down there. And we used to come here, and we didn't have nets back then, but we just grabbed 2 4 biggest chunk of snow, and we had to make the nets, and away we went.
It was a childhood world of town versus town games, jam-packed rinks, where everyone's a neighbor and everyone cares how you're doing. Just trying to imagine the atmosphere in this rink when you would have been playing for a provincial championship.
Well, there was various groups of people. There was older people. There was a lot of younger people. A lot of from our grade. All the girls would be there on the boards with their pom-poms, and they'd be cheering away. And they'd be middle-aged people. The senior team, the teams above us would be there watching and cheering for us. And it was just a great pleasure to have that fan support in a small town like that.
The church was the first center of community life on the prairies. Hockey came later, a religion of convenience linking communities together, town to town, region to region. For young and old, something to talk about, to share, a distraction from the long, idle winters, a way to create and strengthen the community's bonds. And for Kevin Kaminski, like generations before him, hockey is that dreamed-of ticket to the bigger world.
Hopefully I can capture my dream one of these days and hopefully be playing there full-time.
Just months before he got to taste that bigger world.
Kaminski taking that face-off, number 32, played junior hockey in Saskatoon.
Oh yeah, I remember just you go out there, in big leagues, no helmet on, and you get your hair flowing, and it's you're just pumped, the adrenaline's flowing. You're so hyper, you have all the energy in the world, and you just seem like you're skating about 60 miles an hour, and it's just it was just a great honor to play in the Montreal Forum. Felt like just seemed like all eyes were on you, and especially around first section level, because all the men have suits on, and their wives are all dressed in fur coats and diamonds and everything, and it just looked like everybody was just watching you, and if you didn't want to make a mistake, because then everybody would start laughing or something, but.
He fought his way to the NHL. He fought to stay there and paid for it.
Save is made by Milas, and we get a penalty call here on Minnesota. A holding penalty has been called on Brian McClellan. And we've got an injured North Star. Where is this? Oh, away from the play down inside the Canadiens' blue line. And that is the rookie, Kevin Kaminski. And I have no idea what happened. Here it is.
Here he comes in after Swoboda. Number 32, Kevin Kaminski.
After one game, he was back in Saskatoon. Work on your skating, they told him. Control your temper.
You know what Kevin's like on the ice.
His father, Julian Kaminski.
Sometimes he's terrible. He just his way. He's so intense when he plays. You don't know what to expect out of him. You don't know if he's going to make a nice play or the next guy's going to eat a stick or whatever it is. And off the ice, he's a super guy. Like I told you before, you could leave your infant son, daughter with him. He would just look after them. Just off the ice, he's super. Mild-mannered. You get him on the ice, just like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
He carries such hopes. His parents, those of his hometown. After all, no one from Churchbridge has ever made it to the NHL. A year ago, he deliberately injured Regina player Mark Janssens. In a small town, everyone feels it.
In case in Regina, it was bad. It was bad for our family. It was bad for the area here. You just don't feel like going no place after that because the media gets at it so bad.
Kevin was charged by police with assault and suspended by the league for 12 games. Sometimes he just wants too hard. It's the dark side of his spirit, a side he doesn't entirely understand. that embarrasses him, also a side he may need to make it to the NHL.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, last time I seen you were just a little guy scoring 12 goals a game.
Now I get none.
Churchbridge has always been the Kaminsky family home. Vicky met Julian while working here in a beauty shop. For their kids, however, their dreams are not of small towns and potash mines down a short, familiar road.
They would have had in a bigger place?
I think so. I think now that you know that I'm in a city, I think I wouldn't want to come back to a small town, because when I do come back here for Christmas or during the summer, I find it very boring. There's nothing to do. There's like in the city, there's always something to there's always something going on or something to do. I think if I do, when I get a little older and I do settle down, I think it will be in a city than in a small town.
Yeah, until you start having kids of your own, then you wish you were in a small town again.
Have you had this conversation before?
Hockey is one small town instinct. Moving on is another. For 2 straight nights, the Prince Albert Raiders play the Blades home and home. Kevin Kaminsky is struggling. He knows why he's back in Saskatoon. Emotionally, he's still in Minnesota. The goals haven't come, but it's that drive, that desire that's missing. Other guys were tough. He was always tougher. He would do what it took, whatever it took to win, and everyone knew it. Some guys come back from NHL camps with a big shot swagger. He would be different. But this year, he isn't, and he can't quite understand. Krupke number 4, Kinneberg number 8. They sense some of Kevin's fire is gone, and now they're getting even. Kevin is getting hit more than he hits, and hurt. His back's always stiff. His shoulder, separated 2 months ago, still sore. A few games ago, he was knocked out cold. For some, like Mike Modano of the Raiders, everything comes easy. Mike Modano is a star. Tonight, 6,000 people fill Sask Place. City and country people, university students, office and mine workers, more women and kids than ever before. 400 drive the 90 miles down from Prince Albert. Bill Hunter is a businessman. Alphonse Height, a farmer from Radisson, 40 miles away. In Saskatchewan, only at the hockey rink do so many people and so many different kinds of people congregate so often. Saskatoon is in 3rd place, just back of Prince Albert. For the Blades, for Kevin, one more chance to close the gap, to turn the season around. Instead, Prince Albert wins 7-2.
Well, he was coming through. You know how that hurts when you pinch a guy's arm?
8 months a year, Kevin's bus rolls from Brandon, Manitoba to Portland, Oregon. It's the price of making it. Killing time, a game, a pizza, back on the bus, killing more time until the next game. For Kevin, not much chance for school or work or anything else. Tonight in Prince Albert, Saskatoon must win the return game just to stay even.
Play good defense. We'll get enough goals to win.
They dare to try, wear hopes on their sleeves, hurt all the more when they fail.
Bear down a bit here.
Yet for Kevin and the others, it's their way to something better.
Let's go, Blue Gang.
Come on, boys. Now the first 10 is real important here, guys.
Blades coach Marcel Como.
Make sure we're ready to go right off the bat. Vader, your line. Kenny and Schnez in the back. Where we go now?
Come on, boys. Come on, Bluer. Shoot the puck, killer boy.
Mike Modano, an American from Detroit, is the best 18-year-old player in the world. Elegant like Beliveau and Rattel, he plays like an outsider just passing through, a dip and a glide from an NHL star. A year ago, Kevin thought he was on his way too. Now he's not so sure. Time is almost up, and on the verge of realizing his dream, one he shared with his father and mother and brother, the dream he got to taste that night in Montreal, he can feel it slipping away. He must fight even harder to get it back. Kevin is thrown out of the game. Prince Albert scores twice while he's off. Saskatoon loses again.
Yes, personally myself, I think I can go better. My first 2 years in this league, I've done better than what I have done this year, and I gotta change that around. I gotta start playing the way I'm capable of playing, because I know the skills are there. I just gotta get my head on straight and start playing hockey the way I was the last 2 years, and part of the middle of the season, the way I was getting three or four points a game, and that's what I got to start doing now to help the team out.
The score at 10 o'clock, Arena 4,000 people, Main Street 0. Radisson, Saskatchewan, population 434. Unknown except for its local hero, Bill Haight, once of the Buffalo Sabres. Its leading citizens honored on fire hydrants, its kids lured away by the bright lights of nearby Saskatoon. A community that wants to make it, that exists because everyone pitches in. A community whose survival is threatened. The symbol of its fight, a hockey rink. Here, Bill Haight got his NHL chance, but building codes change, and now the Radisson rink is unsafe. Saskatchewan rinks went up like barn raisings, local people supplying the material, doing all of the labor themselves. There are 459 indoor rinks in this province. Many went up as World War II memorial arenas, later others as centennial projects. Communities honoring their past, committing themselves to their children's future. Now Radisson and scores of towns like it must do it again. The Red Bull Cafe. Here on Coffee Row, the talk is hockey, but today it's about their rink. Don Harris, Wayne Rooks, Alphonse Haight, Scotty Munt, Dave Roberts, Walter Kyluk.
91 winter games, but there'll be lots of changes between.
If you lose that, you lose something. The people lose interest in the town. They start looking other places for amusement. This personal opinion, I don't know. It's just as important to me as having a school in the town.
That's the backbone of the community. That's what draws the people to the town and the outside communities to our town.
I'm a school principal, and we almost schedule our exams around tournaments and hockey games rather than the reverse. It's so established that hockey occupies such an important part of community life here. And this has been demonstrated by communities that have lost their rinks, and suddenly they die overnight. It's the grand central gathering place for the young and old. Young come in there to skate and play hockey, and the older citizens come and watch them. And, this is the gathering place for the winter months.
And on top of that, it's actually a babysitting place too. For certain families, they like to leave the kids there, and they'll do something else, and their children know they're looked after. They got a place to go.
Don Harris runs the grain elevator, that other institution of small-town Saskatchewan.
It's not that we're doing it really for ourselves. We're doing it for the future of the town and the future of the kids that are going to be coming into our town. And getting back to bringing the kids into the community, and it's also helps outside of the hockey. When you get these kids playing together, you know, they're friends for lives. The communities are going to come closer together if these kids have played hockey together as kids. It's good for them, it's good for us, and the kids will never forget those years that they played with the neighboring communities, and they're going to have friends wherever they go, you know, in years to come. And
another fire or two gone through here, pretty well cleaned us up. Kind of looks like we should have a fire right now. It would really clean it up.
Dave Roberts from Fielding, 8 miles up the highway.
Up there, Ken, where you can see that green tow truck looking thing there. That was the north side of the outdoor skating rink. And yeah, in this area just out here to our left, Ken, was our sports ground, and at one time we entertained quite a ball tournament here.
Better technology means bigger farms, greater distances more easily traveled. Now Saskatchewan no longer needs all of its 850 communities. Small towns live on the margins. When one thing closes, everything else is threatened. Fielding is a haunting reminder of what can happen. Once it was the largest town between Saskatoon and the Battlefords.
First thing to go was our hockey rink, which was an open air rink like most of them were. Then our curling rink went. Then our grocery stores started to go, and our garage went, and pretty soon maybe our school went. Then our post office, and all we have left now is a community hall, which gets used once or twice a year for a stag party or a fishing game meeting, something like this. Other than that, it's never used.
There's things happen that you wonder how they happen, but you know, if there's a community spirit in that, somehow they will do it, and all the credit to them if they can. There's, you know, and that's the same. We're in the same position. I know when we say 750,000, it sounds like an unrealistic goal, but somehow, some way, we're going to do it. And you know, I think they possibly would be looking at the same type of a program to try and keep their operation viable.
And right now we're struggling for survival and trying to stay ahead of the pack. If we had our druthers, we'd rather cohabitate with our neighbors and hopefully support each other, and wish that everybody could have existing facilities and everybody would be able to survive.
This is Zelma, population 73. It seems preposterous, but Zelma has a hockey rink. Yet like nearly every other community in this province, it understands. The hockey rink, the grain elevator, the school, the post office are essential to our survival. But survival is fragile. The fork in the road comes when an old arena breaks down and must be replaced. What do you do if you're Zelma or Radisson or hundreds of other small communities like them with only a few neighbors to share your burden? You only know you must find a way. For the unblinking odds of every small community in this province surviving long into the next century are clear. One will make it, two will not. It's a savage Darwinian game. A new arena is a symbol of a community's will to survive, a ringing message to itself and others: we will be the one. We will be the one. It's what the people of Radisson say. And as always in Saskatchewan, things come to those who go and get.
Beat the drums and hold the phone. Joe Tutt is on the way. We're born again.
Meet Joe Tutt, a 25-year-old driveway contractor. From faraway Milton, Ontario, he heard about Radisson's plight and decided to help.
Anyone can understand where we feel. Oh, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
What is that? A pin?
Put me in, coach.
A total stranger, he set off on his own personal bike-a-thon. 3,000 kilometers to Radisson, 3,000 kilometers back again. He raised $35,000, and for the first time, the people of Radisson believed maybe we can do it.
Bill had some time on the Radisson line.
There wouldn't be a difference. It wouldn't be a change.
You know, like many more from Saskatchewan to go. Well, when the
Oh, I tell you, Manitoba people aren't too bad, eh? Oh, it's close.
I'm sailing slow, you know the time is now. Oh, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Look at me, I can be center man.
East and west, some things are hard to understand, but not a small town and its need for a hockey rink. More fundraisers follow. This is Radisson's World Mud Volleyball Championships, the first annual. In the finals, Saskatoon's Mud Hens beat Regina's Fudmuckers. The rink, $10,000 closer to its goal. A local talent competition. Every community needs a place to gather, to act and feel like a community, to fight the forces that threaten its existence. The survival game, just as it's always been in Saskatchewan, now with rinks the chosen weapons.
We'd like to present a check of $4,000 to the Radisson.
First, McFarland says, let's take our helmets off. Then. Yeah. So Bonner takes his off, McFarland leaves his on. Bonner just grab them and put them down.
On the prairies, you wear your ambition, are willing to stand out from the crowd, prepared to lose and to try again. You get your hands dirty. Prairie spirit, it's called. 100 years ago, one flat piece of prairie looked pretty much like another. Why settle in Kindersley, not Kelvington? Why Regina, the capital? Why Saskatoon, the university? There's no indisputable reason. So each community created its reason. It was a time for promoters, dreamers, and those communities that got in behind them. Doubters weren't wanted. There would be one hospital, one school. If the other guy got it, you never would. Things came to those who went and got.
Promised you people 2,000 magazines, the complete magazines that you could use for your key people.
Bill Hunter understands that prairie spirit. He's owned junior hockey teams. He owned the Edmonton Oilers. He's the modern-day version of yesterday's land flogger, the man who's bringing in the railroad.
I have a dream to bring the NHL to Saskatchewan. I was born and raised here. I come of a hockey family. My father was a great sportsman in this province for many years before me, and we were all taught by our grandparents and our forefathers that in Saskatchewan, you persevere. We've come through droughts, we've come through heavy rains and blowing snows, and everything else in this province has continued to rise and produce great happenings and great people. I believe we'll be in the NHL because we have the GUTS to persevere.
1983.
I like NHL hockey, and I'd be glad to see a team in Saskatoon.
I think it's a great idea. I love it.
Hunter struck a deal to buy the St. Louis Blues and bring them to Saskatoon. He needed only NHL permission.
Have you heard the news? We're getting the blues. And on your seats, cause it's happening. Slice of the NHL.
Outsiders laughed. Prairie spirit took over. 18,000 pledged to buy season tickets. As Hunter left for New York, hundreds jammed the airport.
And I just hope that on Thursday when we get back home, you'll be out here in 100 times the numbers, celebrating with us the most exciting project in our province's history. God bless you all.
New York. Hunter was fighting 100 years of history. Things come from the prairies. Wheat, oil, minerals, hockey players. Gordie Howe, the Bentleys, Brian Trottier. With the Blues, something would finally stay at home.
Hey, well, any idea what's going to go on in there?
NHL President John Ziegler.
Blues NHL franchise to the proposed purchasers and the city of Saskatoon did not receive the approval of the National Hockey League Board of Governors.
Too Canadian, too small time, they said. Only 1 million people in the whole province. Ridiculous. New York Rangers against Saskatchewan Blues? Forget it. History had won again. People felt put down, done in by those NHL owners the way their ancestors had been done in by those Eastern bankers, never given a fair chance.
We're disappointed and we were shocked. But believe me, we will never, never quit. And one of the things...
And he hasn't. If not the Blues, an expansion team for Saskatchewan.
And I really believe that if you took a look at the map of North America today, there is no community and no area that is better fitted for an NHL franchise than are we in the province of Saskatchewan. We're the only province west of the Maritimes without a major league franchise. We in Saskatchewan are unique. We draw, the Saskatchewan Roughriders draw from across this province. In hockey, we would draw from all areas. We have 18,694 season ticket requests recorded on Pricewaterhouse computer. We would sell out. Our 16,000 seat building, we can stand another 1,200. We would build skyboxes, Ken, and we'd be one of the most successful NHL franchises. We'd be a strong financial asset to them, and we'd be an exciting draw too, because people love an underdog.
Hunter's NHL dream stoked prairie spirit. The old Saskatoon arena came tumbling down. And NHL-sized Sask Place went up in its stead. Everyone pitched in. City, province, the federal government. We're gonna make it to the big leagues. Bill Hunter, the people of Radisson, Kevin Kaminski, all want something better. Hockey is part of life here. Hockey is the way. The Harlem Globetrotters and Rod Stewart are making it in Saskatoon. Why not an NHL team? Things come to those who go and get.
And I can see today in Saskatchewan a new attitude unfolding. When I came back home in 1983, we opened our office in the CN Towers and we were going to bring the NHL to Saskatchewan. We were going to build a magnificent coliseum where the present Saskatchewan place is, and ours was going to be 18,000 seats in the finest building in North America. I know that there's certain people in this community and certain people throughout the province of Saskatchewan saying, what is Bill Hunter smoking? Show me a man who believes. Show me a man who will persevere. Show me a man who will enthusiastically sell his services, and I'll show you a lady, I'll show you a man who's going to be a real winner.
spring, the Memorial Cup. The best junior teams in Canada from Laval, Peterborough, and Swift Current gather in Saskatoon. Flo LaValle, a reflexologist, sees Kevin Kaminski before every game. Kevin is still searching for answers.
Really tell if you're doing a good treatment or not, basically, because you can tell if the body's relaxed. Whereas if the foot is rigid, then basically you can tell that you're not, the person isn't really relaxed.
We were on a losing streak, and things just weren't going well for the team and myself. And I guess I was supposed to be one of the leaders and one of the top scorers, and that wasn't falling into place. But and I started coming here, and things started turning around. Team started winning, and for my personal goals started. The goals were going in, and the little plays that I wasn't making before were clicking, and everything just started to fall in place. And towards the end of the year, I thought it really helped out.
Yeah, I tell you, feeling the money coming.
Kevin knows his time is now. Sask Place will be filled just like the Church Bridge Rink years ago, just like the Montreal Forum, and most importantly, Minnesota North Stars scouts and coaches will be here watching.
Yeah, but you were running the bird too. You deserved it.
In Radisson, school is out. A prairie dust storm turns the spring sky to an amber fog. The sun disappears. Dust crunches in your teeth. An image of another Canada. Radisson gets ready for the trip to Sask Place. All over Saskatchewan, the scene is the same. From Swift Current, from Prince Albert, 100, 200 and more miles away, communities converging on Saskatoon. Towns linking with towns, regions with regions. Hockey is that something to talk about, that something to share, that something which creates and strengthens the bonds.
And they're going to end up that they got to play tomorrow night as well as Friday.
Yet hockey no longer holds the monopoly of time and attention it once held in this country. There are now so many other ways to tame and escape the winter. Yet if water and pavement and airwaves and steel are instruments of community, so is a hockey rink. Emil Francis of the Hartford Whalers. Bill Hunter rallies the local heroes to support Saskatchewan's NHL bid.
Well, it's good to see you, Brian. Well, thank you. I hope, say hello to Mr. Poland for me, too, and David.
Coach Brian Murray of the Washington Capitals.
So it's been a tremendous event then.
Right.
Very good.
When we get the balance of our seats in, John, bring it up to 16,000 and then 1,720 standing, gives us a first-class facility.
Yeah.
We're ready then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It will get right out.
Wendell Clark of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
And see you bye. Hi, Wendell. How are you? You know Bobby?
How's it going? Good to see you. Good. Not bad. Get better. Better all the time.
Yeah. It's good to see you get back there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. When they get the rest of the seats in, Wendell, get to 16,000, then we're going to be able to stand 1,720.
Yeah.
So, we're going to be ready.
We'll be ready, yes. That's for sure.
Yeah, good.
Prairie spirit, no doubters allowed.
How are you?
Good.
Hunter knows his biggest obstacle is the outsider in Ottawa or Toronto or New York who determines so much of life here.
Games yesterday, I hope they're good today.
Yeah, get the rest of the seats in, Bevan will.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
We'll be ready then.
Number 14, Brian Garrett. 16, Kurt Lower.
all here, the people of Radisson, reflexologist Flo LaValle, Julian and Vicky Kaminsky, the scouts of the Minnesota North Stars, Alphonse Height, for Kevin, the luck has changed.
You made that one happen, Jack.
And then he makes things happen again. Kevin and Peterborough's tough guy. It's a fight every step of the way. Saskatoon upsets Peterborough and moves into the final. One step from the NHL. His hockey future in their hands.
Not bad, not bad. How's everything going? Good, it's been good so far. It's quite hard today. Yeah, it was good effort by everybody. Yeah, could get another bounce. Yeah, a little more touch around the net. Yeah, it's fell down. Oh yeah. Smooth hits.
You played smart, you played well. You held the puck well in the second goal. Hit it.
I got a good bounce and
good delay.
No, you got a great future, but you know, this summer's probably be a big part of your future, because if you do all these things, you have a chance. You got all the good stuff.
It's his life they're talking about.
What you put into it this summer and get ready. But it'd be kind of nice next year to write up the program coming from a Memorial Cup champ, you know?
Yeah, that's for sure. I'd help a lot. Yeah.
All the right words.
That's right. It's great.
Then lunch with the coach, Minnesota's Pierre Paget.
You were there early in the year, you know, and we needed a lot of life then, and I think we got more life as we went along, but there's always room for guys like you that can spark it up and spice it up and get things going, and especially when we need to win on the road. Right now we have a good home record, but on the road we have to get better.
Radisson, yet another fundraiser. A cookout with Bill Hunter as special guest.
Yeah, even those first 4 games.
You line up here and tell me how you like your steak done. I'll turn it over at the right time.
It's a pretty good sized steak.
You're great people. You got a dream. 3 years ago, you had no money. Today, you're getting upwards over 400,000, climbing towards 500,000 towards a project that'll probably cost in the vicinity of, say, 800,000. And it's going to happen. And it's going to happen because of your spirit, your caring. I think of the young people of this community. You've just come back from the ball field where you've seen the young people play. You saw Ken Dryden participating with your group. Just wonderful. And to see the excitement of those children. Can you imagine the excitement that's going to take place in that community, in your complex, in your Radisson Communiplex, where you're going to have a beautiful arena?
Julian Kaminsky, Bill Hunter, and Vicky Kaminsky.
Nice to meet you. I've been pulling for your boy, you know, to do well.
So have we,
But don't take away your number one asset, your drive.
I want to say something too. I think he has tried to clean up his act, but it's pretty tough playing when he tries and yet it don't matter. He can go on the ice and play a game. He doesn't have to do anything, and he'll get 2 penalties for sure.
The final game. The champions from the East, Peterborough and Laval, are eliminated. Only the Saskatchewan teams, Small Town Swift Current, Big City Saskatoon, are left. The Blades lead most of the way. Swift Current ties it up in the third period. The game goes into overtime. Hockey is part of life in Saskatchewan. Kids wanting to make it, people wanting to cheer and hope for and belong. For Kevin, it will always be a struggle. His body may not be up to what his mind demands, but his will is there, just as it is with Bill Hunter. Tough battles ahead, they will continue to fight. As for the people of Radisson, incredibly it seems, they will get their rink. Hockey is their common passion. For them, next year is always ahead.
Wasn't before, but we're getting done now. Forget about this game and think about Minnesota. Yeah. Right? Yeah. You got it.